Five, four. Oh, by the way, this is our countdown to being live. 5, 4, 3, 2, and here it is. God damn it! I always lose this setting. And here we go. Awesome. Now we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of the District Comedy April Fool's Festival Supreme Mega Size whatever. I'm your host, Tom, and at some point, this will be co-hosted with Brooks. He's running a little late, but he will be here. He's assured me. But yeah, really excited to be doing this. We're doing this because it is not only April Fool's Day, but it's also District Comedy's 50th broadcast since we started doing the live streams with Laughing to the Void at the end of last year, and then TB&J started on New Year's Eve. And anyway, yeah, let's just do a quick review of our policies, because that's always fun. So first we have the 2-strike heckling policy. First strike, we will mute you. Second strike, i.e. doing anything weird from your camera, we will kick you out of the room. Next we have a 0-tolerance harassment policy. So if you feel you're being harassed, however you want to communicate it to either me or Brooks, whether that's private chat or Facebook Messenger, just let us know and we will kick them out of the room, no questions asked. And also, when you perform, I actually forgot to do this for the first one because I was running late to my own mic and my fiance had to start the stream. That was really fun. But if you go to gallery view, or if you want to pin it, there's a separate Zoom square that has your 4-minute timer for your set, so you can keep track of your time that way. And networkers, don't forget to put your socials in the chat when you're done. And now for our audience. Oh, also, I probably should have spotlit myself for all of this. There we go. Also, for our audience, special note that this is an open mic, so the comedians performing with us come to us with varying levels of experience, so be nice. Also, the content featured on this show may not be suitable for all audiences. You've been warned. Also, plug for Fancy Mike, our first District Comedy Showcase on April 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Mark your calendars. It's going to be a good time. And if you'd like to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size. That includes comedians. Even if you can't make a donation, please consider sharing the stream. Each share gets us closer to finding that comedy sugar daddy that's gonna sponsor us to millionairedom. Okay, yeah, somebody liked it. I appreciate that. But yeah, anyway, links to all the stuff that I talked about you can find in the show description underneath the stream. And now I'm gonna get us started. Woo woo woo! Give it up for your first comic, Tom. Woo! Woo! Really excited for this festival, even though after the first mic I had like 1 million people drop out, but that's okay. I'm so grateful for the people who were able to rearrange their schedules to come to this mic at 10, and especially because I think I'm going to keep doing this as things start to open up. I don't think I'm going to be going back to theater because I hate it. That was something I discovered during the pandemic. And honestly, it feels good. I feel like I've just gotten out of a cult. Like now my mind is clear, because now I do stand-up comedy, which isn't cult-like at all. Neither of those things use their beliefs to justify morally corrupt behavior. They definitely don't take advantage of those who may be mentally unstable and exploit them for profit. They certainly don't promise that redemption, recognition, and acceptance can be earned through committing themselves to a specific lifestyle. Don't touch that mic stand. Thank you, Five. Just enough time to finish my Kool-Aid. That's a Joan of Arc quote, if you're not familiar. Or George Carlin. I get them confused sometimes. Anyway, yeah, not similar at all. I'm keeping my set short tonight because we have more than the average number of comedians in the room tonight. So give it up for me, everybody. Woo! Awesome and blossoms. But I'm gonna really quickly unspotlight myself and switch to gallery view just so I can see real quickly if my co-host is in the room yet. I don't know if he is. Brooks, are you there? All right, well, that's a no. That's not a great start. But that's fine. He has half the show to get here. But let me go ahead and introduce our first comic of the night. Really excited. I enjoy this comedian so much. She lives in Chicago and she produces The Weekend Remedy, which is currently a virtual weekly mic on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central. I highly recommend you all check it out. Us comedy on the internet, folks gotta support each other. And one way you can do that is following them on Facebook or Instagram at weekend_remedy_Chicago. Please give it up for Grace Snyder. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you, Mom.
If I can find them.
Thanks,
there we
y'all.
go. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, and I'm on grid, so it doesn't matter. Oh no, I'm not. I'm a no. Oh God.
Oh God. What do I do? What do I do?
No. It's fine. No, keep it the way it is.
Cool,
I know people need to see me. All of our listeners out there, all of our viewers. I know you need to see just one person. I know. Let's just talk about this. Is it going to be hard when we go back into the real world? Like, are we going to have mirrored walls? Are we going to what are we going to do? Because I know we're all staring at ourselves. Like, I know we are. It's just the way it is. We're all a little vain, and that's okay. I mean, we're comedians. You have to be a little vain. Any performers have to be a little vain. I did burlesque for about 2 years, and I actually made more money doing burlesque than doing comedy, which makes sense. You're taking off your clothes. People like that. Meanwhile, telling jokes, I haven't made as much money. But I was wanting to wear a wig tonight, and then I saw Skirt Browning, and I was like, oh my God, I have nothing. I have nothing. But I don't know what to say. I need to just cut to the chase. I'm old. I feel officially old. If they were to do a competition and they were to see, how many sit-ups I can do. I've done this before, and this is why I know how many sit-ups I can do, what my pulse is, blah blah blah. I would read 45, and I'm less than that. And I know that's not old. I get it. It's not, but it just feels old. I feel old right now. And so anyway, I look good in gray, so I might as well do this. And you know what? We have some gray-haired people in this audience who are definitely under 70. So looking good, my friends. Looking good. I have an older sister, but she acts a little younger, and she really wanted me to cut to the chase. She experiences a brain injury, and she is fun to talk to on the phone. And she told me once she wanted me to send her a vibrator, which I did because my parents are conservative Christians and I don't know what that is. So they won't buy one for her. It's not a cross. If she'd asked for a cross, no problem. And you can do something with the cross if it's a nice anyway. But I sent it to her. I sent her one, or I ordered one for her. Bamboo, compostable, right? And she then wanted to offer me advice on how to use it. And it's been over a year of no sex, and I might take her up on it. She might have some advice for me at this point. I work out on Zoom with friends, And we were doing workout, and one of them was telling about all the great sex she's having. And so the whole workout, it was 20 minutes, I just was thinking about sex. It was like the best workout I have had. I was sweaty. I asked for a cigarette afterwards. It was so good. I highly recommend you work out to focus on it. When I used to go to the gym, but when I felt comfortable doing that back in the day, I would actually sit out in the parking lot and eat a box of cookies first. So when I did make it into the gym, that was my dinner. When I did make it into the gym, I would definitely enjoy. Oh God, I'm one of those people who does watch people. Like, I'm like, you are hot, and I'm just gonna make sure I sit on this weight machine that has like, I wouldn't even look at the weights. It'd be like 80 pounds. I can't lift that. And I would just be struggling. But you know what? I had something to look at. And that was the point. Probably not cool. Like, I'm a girl. I'm a cisgendered girl. I can probably get away with it, but probably not cool. I'm going to close on this. I'm just going to say that I have a stripper for a roommate, and I have an aerial performer as a roommate. And they're the fun ones. I am the comedian. So I'm getting voted off the island. That's all I have. It's so good to see you all. And yeah, thanks. My name's Grace.
Give it up for Grace Snyder, everybody. I always enjoy every time she performs. Also note, I believe there may be somebody in the room who's got the gain up maybe a little bit high on their mic. If you wouldn't mind just checking your settings. It's always a good, healthy reminder for everybody to check their settings. But up next, we got another comedian, and I'm really excited. I just met them this week, and I think they're so funny. She's originally from Romania, currently resides in Spain, and works on her stand-up special in English and conquering the world. Please give it up for Simona. Woo, 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 woo!
Yeah! Yay! Yay, it's 3 a.m. It's wonderful. I've been doing these mics at weirdly hours, and I've been told I should perform with more energy. I mean, I have none. My battery died like 10 years ago. But, I'm using solar power now, and it sucks because I'm a night person. People often tell me, Simona, you're so great. Why aren't you more successful? And by people, I mean me. I blame it all on being bipolar. I mean, one week I'm doing all the right things. I'm working hard. I'm optimistic. I sign up to open mics although I don't have any new material. But the next week I can get myself to take a shower, and I guess you cannot be successful if you literally stink. So I'm originally from Romania. Romania is a country in Eastern Europe, close to it's a country close to Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, we are the ones with Transylvania, vampires and stuff. Only that we don't have any vampires or stuff. But we are the ones that eat bread with everything. I mean, with potatoes, with watermelon, with bread. Yeah. Like the biggest curse on a Romanian would be a gluten allergy. So I was born in Romania in the 80s, like the best years of communism. Oh, yeah. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Also known as the Hunger Games. Chernobyl happened. Yay! We watched it live because we were lucky enough to have good seats. But weirdly, at the time, the biggest concern of the Vatican were the outrageous music videos of Madonna. Yeah, Holy Father, children are dying. Yeah, tell me something I don't know. Have you seen like a prayer? But all in all, I mean, I ended up having a good life. I have a house, an iPhone. I don't cry myself to sleep anymore. Recently, this chef asked me what were my favorite dishes as a child, and I come from the poorest town of the poorest region in Romania. I mean, we never put favorite in front of food. But now I enjoy fancy things like bread with butter on it.
Yeah.
I go to a restaurant and I order vegetarian burger, and on the side fries with bacon, and some extra bread, please. Then, as a true Christian, I eat the only way I know how, with guilt. Oh, yeah. Favorite dish or acquired taste? No way, we don't taste. We eat the food that we can acquire. We Romanians, we don't even hope for a happy life because suffering and complaining are what we do best. And building churches, yeah? Building churches where we can all suffer and complain together,
Yeah.
waiting for a better future in death. I mean, yeah. Follow me. I give great tips and tricks for how to have a successful afterlife. Yay. Thank you.
Yeah! Give it up for Simona, everybody! Oh, man. Good times, good times. All right, up next on the mic, we're gonna keep it rolling, keep it moving. I guess I should probably also check who that next person is. Oh, here we go. So you've probably seen this next comedian / magician screaming at traffic. Please give it up for the fantastic Paul Kilmer. Woo, woo, woo.
How you doing?
Yeah.
I don't talk like that. I'm sorry. I just need you to like me right now. So I'm a comedy magician, which means most people don't think I'm funny. And or I'm not a good magician. In both cases, you're right. But I will do something because I told Tom I would do something and on contract. It's a contract, so. It's a good era. It's full of potassium and pain. It looks like a phallus, so I don't have to write a joke. This is going a lot faster than I thought it was, so I'm just going to do my closer, and then I'll go back into witness protection. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was 9 years old, I was diagnosed with autism, which means if you don't laugh at any of my jokes, you're a bad person. If you are a bad person, you have nothing to worry about. You are going to laugh. That's not a poll problem. But it brings me to the Rubik's Cube because it helps me manage my anxiety, which I have a copious amount of. That's good if you want to use it as Scrabble game, copious. Just remember that. I'm not saying the autism helps me solve the Rubik's Cube, it just makes me better at it than you. I can solve the Rubik's Cube like this. If you just squeeze the sides, it kind of solves itself. I know, it's crazy.
Oh.
That's okay. It's okay. I can solve the Rubik's Cube because you just get a bag. Hey, look, guys, it's more bananas. That's a callback from a joke I did at the beginning. Yeah, you put the Rubik's Cube in the bag, you take out your magic wand. This is my magic wand. Some wizards go to Hogwarts. I went to the 7-Eleven School of Magic because my parents didn't care about us in the 90s. All I have to do is wave the magic wand over the bag and say the magic words, non-gonococcal meningitis. I have to remember to turn the bag over and the Rubik's Cube solves itself. You might be saying to yourself, is there another Rubik's Cube in the bag? Yes, there is, but I wasn't supposed to tell you about it. But this one is solved too.
Oh.
So I've got 35 seconds left because I'm a professional and I know my time. So I really am autistic, and my main goal in life is to try to inspire other people on the spectrum to accomplish their goals. I wanted to be a magician and a comedian, and I was told I wasn't going to be able to because it was the 90s. Not so much a joke as my reality. Obviously, I'm here doing it, so I've accomplished a lot, and you can too. I've been Paul Kilmer, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your festival.
Oh my God, everybody, so good. Keep it going for Paul Kilmer. Oh my God. Honestly, it's not, I'm also a little bit mad because it's not fair for somebody to have so many talents. Next up on our list, she's tuning in all the way from San Diego. Give it up for Jessica Hudson. Woo, 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 woo.
Thanks, Tom, for putting me after Paul. No, Paul's great. I saw him the other night. He's very, very talented. So I thought my life was going to be more traditional at 40. Thought I would be married to a decent man, have some kids. But instead I found out that I am a lesbian. Well, at least that's what my horoscope told me. I am really gay. I even got paw prints tattooed on my shoulders to prove it because I love pussy. No offense to the guys in the room. I'd rather date someone that has a menstrual cycle. I found the real key ingredient to spicing up a relationship is massive amounts of hormone and always having a backup tampon. I know coming out as gay was challenging, not for me, but for everybody in my life. My family and my friends were confused. I did have a boyfriend growing up. He was a goth kid that wore a pleather skirt, and we used to put on lipstick in the bathroom together. And my dad didn't like that. He told me not to do that. He really should have told me that I shouldn't go in the bathroom with my friends who were girls. That's where it began. When I introduced my family to my girlfriend for the first time, they thought I just meant friend, who happened to be a girl. So I said, here's my partner. And they thought I started a business. And they were very proud. I said, no, we're lesbians. We go on our dates at Home Depot. My dad asked me what I needed at Home Depot and what was broken, so he still didn't get it. My mom, on the other hand, kept referring to my girlfriend as a he. But to be fair, my girlfriend does look like a teenage boy. So they naturally thought I picked up a babysitting gig. My parents should have known, though, that I was gay. I played softball growing up. We know how female softball players talk. When we say home run, we actually mean scissoring. My friend Amy was very skeptical. She knows my track record with the boys. So she asked me when I came out if I could eat a vagina. And I told her, yeah, but I think we should just stay friends. I don't resemble a gay person. You probably would never guess that I'm gay. I've been told that I look like a Jewish girl from New York who can take a big dick. But no, I'm not Jewish. I'm a Hispanic lesbian, and the only dick I like is Moby. I have 24 seconds left, so I guess I'll just close it out with nothing about me screams gay until the neighbors hear me screaming from my bedroom because I caused my girlfriend to throw out her back again. And I'll give my 5 seconds back to Tom. Thank you.
Keep it up for Jessica Hudson, everybody. Oh, God. I'm just so grateful for all the funny people in the room tonight. Oh, my God. And I believe you just recently started coming to the TB&J mics, correct?
I did. This is, I think, my 3rd time. It's always such a good mic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, she's very funny. We appreciate it every time she's on the show. Next up, also appreciate every time they're on the show, and I believe she's been on each of the district comedy programs. If you enjoy other types of comedy shows, you should check them out. She's also the host of Distantly Social and is going to be featured on our upcoming District Comedy Fancy Mic that I talked about in the intro. So check her out. Again, that was Distantly Social Trivia. And without further ado, Casey Hackett. Woo, 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 woo!
Thanks. So there's something I've been thinking about, guys. Do you think goth kids were afraid to wear mood rings because it might accidentally show that they were like happy on the inside? People would look over and be like, "That's a pretty fucking joyful blue you got there, Xander. You even listen to My Chemical Romance this morning? Come on." The goth kids were actually always jealous of my mood ring in like middle school because mine always said I was dead. I've got this condition where my hands turn purple and like ice cold, and it started showing up around middle school. Kermit said it's not easy being green, but I tell you, you don't want to be purple in the 6th grade either. Way to fit in with the kids. I had no idea what was happening with my body, but the good thing was neither did the adults. So I got a lot of helpful advice. My mother thought maybe this was like a blood circulation issue, so I should just, permanently do the fucking chicken dance as I'm walking around. Really move that blood around. If I have the choice to be the purple girl or the chicken dance girl in 6th grade, I'm gonna go with the purple girl. I had a teacher that asked if maybe I had frostbite. No one else was wearing parkas. This wasn't a field trip to Everest. We were in social studies. Don't think I had frostbite, but good question. Good trial and error there. But my favorite was a grown woman, a woman entrusted with teaching children. She pulled me aside and asked if I was getting my period. Now I'm like 13. I don't have the breadth of knowledge of women's bodies that say, I don't know, Congress does. But I'm pretty sure that your period does not drain all the blood from your extremities and then just going out on a limb there. I don't really think that was it. I found the answer in an unlikely place. This was, the year 2000, and the movie X-Men came out. I was a mutant, that's kind of crazy, right? Yeah, I would have looked for powers to walk through walls or, know if he read that fucking text message already. But, I'll take the powers I can get. And with these magical cold dead hands, I can make any erection go away. Just what a great power. We did find out what I had. I have been diagnosed. It's a thing called Raynaud's phenomenon. Phenomenon. Yeah, I'm not a mutant. I'm a fucking Muppet. I I wish I could phone it in like that at work, right? Like, I don't know what it is, just call it a phenomenon, like it works.
Yeah.
Like, was the purple conspiracy theory taken? I digress. This was before QAnon, so it actually was. All those people before they had all these forums were very convinced about a Teletubby sexual orientation. So the purple conspiracy theory was taken. All right, that's my time. Thank you guys. I'm Casey Hatch.
Woo, 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 woo. Give it up for Casey, everybody. Whoa, 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 whoa. Again, distantly social trivia. We'll reset that timer here so I'm super focused and engaged as I introduce our next comic. Yeah. Oh, I love this comedian. She was actually recently on District Comedy's Stand Up for a Cause, our charity stream series, and she's another one of the lovely Canadians that for some reason they're a big Canadian community for District Comedy, and I'm all about it. But from Toronto, Canada, give it up for Janice Israeloff. Woo, woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo.
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Am I coming in clear?
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So, it's past my bedtime here too. I know, Simone, it's 3 a.m. It's past my bedtime. It's 10:30. Late mics are fucking killing me. I swear to God. I'm a little older than you guys. Okay. I was falling asleep before. I was watching a movie about a zombie apocalypse, which basically is Toronto because we're in lockdown again. Third time. Yeah, third wave. We're getting all the AstraZeneca vaccines. So soon it's going to be blood clots. My husband is like, I'm getting it. Fuck it. I'm old anyways, whatever. Just give me the vaccine. I did have the Pfizer in January, so I'm hoping it's changing my DNA and making me funnier, but we'll see about that. I'm so sick of this. The Zoom's here to stay. I guess it's here to stay. I love the timer here. This is the only mic I'm not going to go over. I always say I'm going to press my phone. I never do. I never press my phone. I say, this is the mic. It's been a year. I'm going to get the time zone right. I'm going to find the link. I'm going to get it right. And it never materializes. It could be early Alzheimer's. I don't know. Bring it on. I'd love to get Alzheimer's. Then I could just forget about all the stupid shit I did. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's okay. I worked in long-term care for 10 years. It's not a hot take. I actually did. I liked working in long-term care. It's actually in Canada, we can now call it short-term care. Now grown. Do you want to do the emotional labor? Go ahead. No, I loved it. Up to you. There's a silver lining. They just give out, coffins. They line them with silver. I'm dark tonight. I'm dark. Okay. I'm a little too busy, but I like the mask. I like the mask. Makes me look younger. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm saving so much on Botox and filler. I really am. I have 3 kids, 2 millennials and a Gen Z. Loving the Gen Z. So much choice. They have so many labels. I'm loving the labels. I mean, boomers, we didn't get labels. They can be anything. You can be anything you want now, Gen Zs. You can be gay, straight, bi, trans, anything. The world is yours. My generation, it was very confusing. I'm a baby boomer. We had 2. It's a nice thing, but I'm over 50, so I don't know how fluid I would be. I did stop, but eventually in 2020, I finally stopped getting my period. I changed my pads from always to never again. Work. I did have a meltdown in 2020. I think that's because I had uterine fibroids and I bled for 23 days straight. You know what I'm saying? This is for the ladies. The feminist mics and all that. I'm going to do period jokes. It's a must. Yeah, I did that. They wanted to take out my uterus, but I managed to keep it. It's because I look at my uterus like a vintage Gucci bag. It used to carry precious cargo. Like a museum. You can all have a look at it one day. Ew, gross. Oh, gross, Mom. You're so cringy. That is how I clear the living room. I just put on one of my sets.
Yeah.
I just the fuck out of my kids, especially millennials. They're so like, oh God, oh, is that your mom? My kids' friends think I'm a cool mom. People, I was called a MILF the other day, but I'm actually more of a milk. Mother, you like to kill. more my vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's more my vibe. I hated making school lunches. It was a nightmare. That was the bane of my existence. School lunches. I'd make my daughter bologna sandwiches, and I'm a vegetarian, so it wasn't even real bologna. You know? I said, I hated making your lunches. I hated it. She goes, yeah, I know, Mom. I could taste the hate. Squawks around. They refer to me. Their friend referred to me the other day. Says, you know, your mom, when you talk about her, you talk shit about her. It sounds like you're talking about an annoying friend. That's where I'm going to leave it at. I'm the annoying friend. And 1 second, I'm done. Thank you.
Give it up for Genesis Railoff, everybody. Oh my God. The room is on fire tonight. If you're not watching, I don't know what you're doing. Next up, we got another comedian who is the goddess of humor on Love on Lockdown. Give it up for first time on the mic, Carol Johnson. Woo, 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 woo.
Hello, everyone. Janice, I'm so excited to know I'm not the only boomer here. And you'll be happy to know that I also got my vaccine, Pfizer. I'm not this excited to get a shot since that STD scare back in high school. I am not married anymore.
Nice.
And I don't like to say that I'm divorced. I prefer to call myself free range. Or better yet, cage free. And you know, I should have known the marriage was not going to work out. I actually joined Ancestry and I found out that I come from a long line of women who have really horrible taste in men. It's true. The last time I saw him, I told him our vows were supposed to be until death do us part, and he didn't look dead yet. And it's hard being old and dating at my age because women my age are invisible. It's like the boy who could see dead people. The only living things that can see me are animals and men over 80. Getting older, I know now what pause means. It's because my girly hormones have hit the pause button, and every day I'm a little bit closer to becoming the man of my dreams. It must show. My son calls me dude. I just really can't wait till I finally get the chance to stand up to pee. It's going to be a great lifesaver. No more standing in ladies' lines for me. And you know, but whatever happened to growing old gracefully? My mom is 93. She smoked and drank like a sailor. She's still growing old gracefully. But me, I have to work out every day just to keep up with gravity. Usually yoga, Pilates, and running from my responsibilities. But seriously, I did try running. I was so proud. I ran a mile, ran to my phone to figure out how many calories I burned. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. That's not even enough to make a chia pet. Forget me. I'm not running it. And namaste my ass if I have to do one more downward dog. I swear I'm going to bite someone's leg. And I realize I may look okay over Zoom, but underneath my clothing, it's starting to look like the earthquake map of California. And boy, have my tectonic plates shifted. You know, all of that working out in my butt is still so flat that I could do squats from here to the moon and it will never look like any of the Kardashians. So I've decided when I'm really old, I'm going to start wearing diapers. And I'm going to stuff my diapers. I'm going to stuff the right cheek with snacks. So when I'm really old and I fall down and I can't get back up, I won't starve to death. And the left cheek with treats. So while I'm laid out on the floor, my cat doesn't eat my face. They're survivors. I've heard they'll do that. And I'm going to leave you with my public service announcement. If you don't have children yet, think very carefully before you have them, because once a parent, always a parent, and sometimes they never leave. And that is why some animals eat their young. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Woo! Give it up for Carol Johnson, everybody. Woo, 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 woo. All right. Next up, this comedian does my favorite thing, which is when they leave it up to me to write the intro. This next comedian is he's got teeth for eyes. That's I'm not in sync with my improv skills. It's been a long day. I refuse to take accountability for this. Give it up for Ralph Anthony.
Oh my God, Jesus! With an intro like that, you should just give me an extra fucking minute, dude. Teeth for eyes. That sounds frightening, dude. That sounds frightening. Sounds like a vampire with Down syndrome. You're like, you're all over the place, buddy. All right, way to alienate the crowd, Ralph. Good job. Way to go. I too have my vaccine like the other two funny comedians before me. No, kidding. I don't have it. I've been trying to get it. Nobody's happy already. They're like, all right, Jesus Christ, white guy. Nobody wants to hear your opinions. I find it funny. You can tell a lot about somebody by the vaccine that they get. Like, you know how you react when somebody says they got the Pfizer vaccine. You're like, okay, you're a little sophisticated. Okay, I get it. All right, I got you. Oh, you have the Moderna? Okay, well, you know what? Listen, you're upper middle class. Good for you. Way to go. Johnson & Johnson? Oh, you might as well just kill yourself. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, that's terrible. I really wonder what's in the vaccine. Like, for me personally, I would rather just snort a line from the dust of the 9/11 museum. Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like that's going to keep us all protected. Again, no one's laughing. Everyone's disappointed. Goldberg at Goldberg hasn't cracked a smile yet. Fucking blink, bro. Jesus. Interesting times we're living in. Interesting fucking times. I got a girlfriend. I know, surprisingly. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't blame you. She has a daughter. She has a daughter, and that's an amazing thing because I'm approaching fatherhood, stepfatherhood, but nobody says it like that because it sounds fucking weird. You say stepfatherhood, you're like, what kind of creep are you, dude? But no, I'm approaching fatherhood, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I love to shower her daughter with just love and affection. I give her hugs, kiss her on the forehead. I pick her up, I give her hugs. You know, I do all the things that I have to do to make sure she doesn't grow up with daddy issues. That's my job. That's my job. Father number 2, no daddy issues. That's what we have to do. Because I look at her father, you know, and I just want to do things for her that he can't do. Like be there for her. You know? So I gotta get back out there. I gotta fucking sling these jokes, man. And it's weird because she is an only child. And I grew up as an only child. And when you're only children, we have very different childhoods than other people. Like we are not part of a family. We're just the third wheel. Like that's all we are. Like it's your parents dating and you're just watching. You're like the chaperone to your parents' marriage. That's really what an only child is. People think that only children are spoiled. No, we're not. We're just the only option. That's it. Only children are a last resort. Okay, we're a last resort. Because couples, they get to a point where they're like, well, fuck it. We can't keep adopting these goddamn dogs. We got to have a kid. It's a lot of pressure when you're an only child. A lot of pressure. You know, you are your parents' only shot at success. They don't have a safety net child to rely on. There's no safety net kids. It's just you. And when I told my parents that I failed out of college, they looked at me like an Asian parent looks at their kid for bringing home a B. Not fucking happy. Not fucking happy. And you know what? Yeah. When you're an only child, I'll tell you one last thing. When you're an only child, it's very hard. You have no friends. You have to make up your own imaginary friends. And it's cool when you have siblings, but when you're an only child, it's sad. Like I couldn't play hide and seek. I could just hide or seek. I could never do both. No, I was always being Marco. I could never be Polo. All right, cool. That's it. You guys are great. Thank you.
Give it up for Ralph Anthony, everybody. Oh, yeah. Got teeth for eyes, Ralph Anthony. Oh, that's why they call him Ralph the Mouth. Maybe, no, okay. It's okay. Teeth, eyes are never gonna happen. I just have to accept that. Up next, also, by the way, I had some people cancel last second on this mic, so there's been a few adjustments to the lineup. Please, Brooks, don't copy paste it just yet. There's still a couple of adjustments that I need to make, but I just want to prep everybody that is in the line. In the pipeline. But anyway, next up, this comedian is a defender of idioms, a friend to hyperbole, a lover of livers, and a snogger of tarts. Give it up for Bronco Brad Earth Day Special. Woo, 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 woo!
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Tom. I sure do appreciate you. Such a great host, along with your co-host, Brooksy, Poopsy, Whoopsy, or whatever dang darn nickname he's got. Yes, indeed. Hey, guys and girls, it's time for the Bronco Brad Earth Day Special Show. Are you ready?
Woo!
All righty. Well, grab your Bronco Brad wooden clackers and let's do the opening theme. Well, I'm gonna gallop, gallop, gallop to the TB&J Mic. Gonna go to the show where the wits are keen, to the best comics that I ever seen. Gonna gallop, gallop, gallop to the TB&J Mic. Gonna hop on my saddle and away I go to the TB&J Mic show. Okay, well, boys and girls, let's get started. Hey, well, thank you very much. Hey, you know, we always like to get started with our science corner, and of course, my little pal, Wally the happy talking neutrino. Hiya, Wally. Hiya, Bronco Brad. Hey, Wally, why are you so sad today? Well, Bronco Brad, I'm really sad about people who don't believe in science. Well, that's dang darn too bad. What do you want to do about it? Well, I wrote a song. Okay, well, go right ahead. I believe in science, like gravity and things. I know bathtubs, phones, and planets have lots and lots of rings. There's fun stuff to know, like what's inside your gut. Those who don't believe in science need a swift kick in the butt. Well, that's a dang darn good song. I sure do appreciate that, Wally. Yes, indeed. Hey, Wally, stick around here because we got our contest here for the boys and girls. Okay, Bronco Brad. Hey, you know, it's our Earth Day special, and of course, we don't like to throw away our food into the waste stream, so that's why our contest is Guess the Leftover. Yes, indeed. You know, when I have leftover cooking, I always like to put it in the freezer, and I'll be dang darned if I know what it is, but you can figure it out right into the Bronco Brad show and win a prize. Oh, boy, Bronco Brad. Yes, indeed. See you later, Wally. Okay, bye-bye. Well, hey, boys and girls, let's get started here with a song here. Now, here's a song that I wrote here for our Earth Day special. It's a great little poem here about I love the earth. Listen up. Now, Earth is such a special place. It makes me just want to cry. With a hot crust up below and a hot magma. No, with a crust above and hot magma below. Just like a deep dish apple pie. Without the planet Earth, life just ain't a good place. Oh, so we'd vaporize to a million billion pieces in the deep vacuum of space. So let's treat Earth wisely, each yummy bush and yucca tree. I don't want you girls and boys to become cosmic debris. Without planet Earth, life just ain't a good place. We'd vaporize to a million billion pieces in the deep vacuum of space. Okay. Well, now, hey, boys and girls, just want to make sure I'll let our sponsor know about tonight here. Hey, you know, if you're out on the beach and a big oil tanker spills all that nasty oil all over the beach, think about going to the supermarket and picking up a big old tub of Ted's oil-eating salve. It sure is the thing you need to clean up those beaches and all those shorebirds. Yes, indeed. Well, now, we just got about a little bit more time here. So let me just do one little stanza here. You know, there's a terrible problem with all those animals eating up all the pasture land. So that's why we like to roll up those cabbage when we're chasing those cabbage in the prairies. Yes, rolling, rolling, rolling. No time to go bowling. We're rolling them cabbage across the range. Well, that's all I got for tonight, boys and girls. Stick around for a lot of nice comedians, and back to you, Tom.
Woo, 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 woo. Give it up for Bronco Brad, everybody. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
Woot, woot, woot. Next up, a little bit of a genuine moment just because it's the 50th episode, but it is actually our 70th district comedy episode because before Laughing into the Void, before Too Funny Feedback, we had the TB&J mic, and we had shows ever since back in late July before we were streaming. So I want to give a big shout out to your next comedian who's been my co-host the whole way. He's only late sometimes. Give it up for Brooks Shandelmeyer. Woo, 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 woo.
All
Brooksy
right,
Proopsy.
you
Brooksy Proopsy.
guys. It is everybody's favorite time when the least professional co-host in comedy takes over. Is he gonna say something that embarrasses himself? Is he gonna be drunk when he does it? Who knows? I'm kidding. We all know I'm going to say something embarrassing, and I'm definitely drunk. Guys, I gotta tell you, I'm in a really good mood today.
Woo.
April Fools.
Oh.
Yeah, that was as dumb in my head as I thought it'd be too. I just need to kill time because I haven't written new material today. So I was talking to a friend of mine because I also got vaccinated, and that's not an April Fool's joke. So I'm starting to talk to friends in person, and they told me, my kid thinks you are the coolest person ever. And I have no idea what I did to give such a wrong impression of myself. Like, you can call me a lot of things. You can call me funny, maybe not right now, but I'm occasionally clever. You can call me handsome. I mean, yeah, some people are into childless dudes that somehow have a dad bod. You could even call me smart. Book smart, which I think is the politically correct term for saying I'm autistic, but you can still call me that. But not cool. And then I realized something. Oh, she has a 10-year-old, and 10-year-olds think cool things or dumb things are cool. And she's insulting you because you're 31 and you still watch Batman cartoons. Oh man. So I'm a comedian, and I have depression because when someone asked me if I wanted to be original, I said no thanks. So I went to the therapist, and they offered me medication that could help. And I said, all right, here's the side effects. This will make you gain weight, and it'll make it difficult to get an erection, but you'll be less depressed. I had some thought on that though, because cookies make me gain weight. Cookies make me feel better, and cookies give me an erection, which without analyzing that whole other set of stuff to work on. So I got fat in this lockdown because despite evidence to the contrary, I realized I'm an adult and I can cook Thanksgiving foods whenever I want. So like none of my clothes really fit anymore. Like this sweatshirt's like the last thing that I have. I'm not even fitting in like pants. If I stand up, you guys are gonna see so many things. But I go out to buy clothes, and I don't fit in any of the pants in the store because when you hit a certain width, they just assume you're this fat little goblin. Like I'm 6'2", I'm a size 34 waist, and if you're anything bigger than a 36 and a 34 length, you might as well be looking for a 4-leaf clover. So I asked the salespeople if they have my size in the back, and they say, no, we sell people clothes here. Have you tried the Big and Tall store down the street? So I go to the Big and Tall store, and they don't have a 38, 34 out on the racks either. And I'm like, well, do you have a size 38, 34 jean? And I'm like, no, We sell clothes for men here, not tiny little boys. I got one more thing. My fiance is a dog person. I'm a cat person though, which is weird because most people kind of associate those things backwards. Like dogs are the manly thing, cats are womanly. But if you think about it, it should be the other way around. A dog is loyal, kind, and emotionally intelligent, while cats act independent but are totally useless and helpless if they aren't cared for. And if it's pissed off, it'll just pee on everything. Which of those sounds like a dude? That is the first time that joke has worked, and I am now actually in a good mood and really excited to introduce our next comedian. He is one of a kind. Give it up for Chris Kiley.
Thanks. He used to be I was approached to be an extra for The Walking Dead. They told me I was a natural. My brother used to call me El Retardo. I didn't know he spoke French. I was breakdancing on the carpet the other day. Actually, it wasn't breakdancing. I just had fallen down and was trying to get it back up again. The History Channel, they seem to be obsessed with the end of the world. Aren't they getting a little ahead of themselves? It's the History Channel. It used to be a hobby of mine to get across the street before a car hits me. Now it's a way of life.
Yeah.
If I make it. So somebody was looking at this dog with one eye. So they said, look at the dog with one eye. So I went like this. Curbside pickup. Isn't that what the garbage men do? Hand sanitizers work until you touch something. Fruit flies. If you throw it high enough.
Yeah.
What's preventive maintenance to a procrastinator? I used to be a personal trainer until the person I was supposed to train was informed that I was going to be a personal trainer. The reaction I got told me I was in the wrong line of work.
Yeah.
So here I am. Ice Road Truckers. That'll be the first television series canceled by global warming. I found the hair in my Greek yogurt. I guess that's what makes it authentic.
Oh.
Someone asked me if I ever did it in a hot air balloon. I said, what, crap my pants? Because that would be on my list of things to do in a hot air balloon. Is it escape to or from which mountain? Got me. I used to have hair. Now I pay for sex. Anything? The other day I went to Mount Holly, but she wasn't home. So last New Year's Eve, I turned her heat up real high and watched my own balls drop.
All right.
Woo.
Woo! All right, you guys, keep it going for Chris Kiley. All righty, our next comedian is a Portland, Oregon-based comedian. Give it up for Patty Mansbach.
Woo!
Okay, if you have a BMI over 30, you could just get a vaccine. They'll give it to you. What the fuck? I lost 100 pounds like 10 years ago for nothing. This is bullshit. People think I lost weight to like get healthy or be hot. No, I did it because I am so good. Look at my arms. I'm so with this extra skin. I'm so good at bingo. I'm just like, oh, 69. I crush it. Put the vaccine right here in all this goddamn, bingo arms. Put it right there. Oh, what am I just? I'm just doing prop comedy. My own body. My dad, he got vaccinated, which like it's good. Like I'm happy. But also like him, that's who you're trying to save. He thinks every show on HGTV is called The Gay Brothers. And like that's, they have teachers, they have grocery store workers. Nope. Let's give it to the guy who pronounces the restaurant Chipotle as Chiptoli, and we cannot convince him otherwise. He says it's the Mandela effect. That is who they're trying to save, man. I do know, I love my dad. He just sent me some pepper spray and a whistle through the mail so I can quote fight the Proud Boys. No,
Yeah.
not domestic terrorists. They're going to win. I don't know why I can't fight them. Well, no, I am trying to fight my stupid orthodontist. Oh, that stupid bitch, right? You guys, you don't call your orthodontist a stupid bitch? Hear me out. I broke my retainer flossing, and that dumb bitch wants to charge me $400 to fix it. And I'm like, excuse me, the floss only costs $2. You got to make that price a little bit more appropriate. Bitter about it, man. The moral of the story is don't floss your teeth. That's what we have. Let's see. Oh, 3 of my coworkers are pregnant right now. Everyone's like, congratulations. Yeah. Woo. I don't care. I knew birth control this year, and nobody told me congratulations. So whatever. It's fine. All the times I had sex that I didn't get pregnant, where's my congratulations and where's my card, everybody? It wasn't that often. It wasn't going to happen. But after I got my new IUD, I texted every boy in my phone. I was like, new IUD, who dis? Nobody responded. I mean, I had the celibacy virus way before this pandemic, but that's just because I'm unpleasant. I miss in-person dating. That's what I really miss like a lot, because what I used to do is I would try to get them to convince me why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And then I'd come back in like half an hour and they'd still be there talking about why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I don't care, like at all. It doesn't matter. I don't even know who was in Die Hard. Was Billie Eilish in that movie? I don't know the difference. Oh, Bruce Willis, they're like the same person in my mind, man. Except I have a new trial to HBO Max. I'm not going to watch Game of Thrones. I'm not watching that space stuff. I don't care. But I got really into the real sports documentaries because I'm into sports now. I mean, yes, I get out of breath eating chips, but I'm into sports. And there was a whole thing about participation trophies and how they're ruining our children. And we've been in this Pangea thing for how long? Like a year? Where's my goddamn participation trophy, everybody? Well, I am a millennial, so I will say I do not get out of bed for less than 10,000 participation trophies in a day. That is the bottom line. All right, I don't have time for anything else, but thank you guys.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Patty Mansbach. And Patty, having fought a Proud Boy in Charlottesville, you could kick one of their asses. They're notoriously wusses. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna do a mic check. Is Josh here?
I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Oh,
he is.
Yeah, me.
Other Josh, not you.
Oh, my bad.
But,
sorry, wrong one.
Wrong Josh, but that's okay. I love your enthusiasm. So our next comedian is a Baltimore stand-up, a show producer at the Lou Costello Room, and the co-host of Thwarp, a podcast for big gans. Give it up for Jake Lazier.
Thank you, Brooks.
It's a podcast for big fans, and I think I fucked up that typo. But you know what? It's a good transition. I don't know what a GAN is, but I'm a big one, so we're gonna find out. So yeah, it is April Fool's Day, but that means tomorrow is Good Friday. So I'm getting to see my family for the first time in a long time. They're vaccinated, so I go to get to say hi. It's great, which means I'm getting a head start on disappointing them by talking about new jokes here. We're getting ahead of the ball, everybody. So it's really exciting to be able to see them again because every time I go home, I'm at the age in my life where I realize that like, oh, that's why I'm like this, just like as a person. It's like every time I go, it's an episode of Blue's Clues about my trauma. It's like, oh, there's an issue. Write that down. It's like a couple Christmases ago, for example, my grandma and my mom sat across from the dinner table. Grandma looks her in the eyes and says, "Now, honey, do you and your husband still sleep in the same bed?" And my mom says, "Yeah, Mom, for the last 30 years. Why?" Grandmother looks at her and says, "Well, how's there room for the both of you? And all those bags underneath your eyes?" Yeah, true thing. And it just clicked in my head like, oh, that's why I was obsessed with Simon Cowell as a kid and a teenager. And the poster I have of him in my room as an adult. It all makes sense now. That and the tight t-shirts just like really get it going for me. Because I am single actually recently. I got dumped over a pandemic in Zoom. That was great. He told me, I can't see the two of us together. So I told him, oh no, you're in speaker view. You got to change it to gallery view. Therefore, we'll be next to each other. And, we're processing, we're making it work. A lot of people ask, we were a little bit different age, she was a little older. And they were like, was it because of that? It's like, no, that really wasn't a problem. The biggest thing about the age difference was I had to explain TikTok so many times. It just became foreplay. It's like, oh yeah, babe. There's like these videos and they're short, but sometimes they're really long. And at the end of them, China steals all your data. So it's really not that big a deal, especially because now I'm back on the apps, on the dating apps. I'm not sure if anyone else is here is on them. Hate it so much. I don't have a high enough degree in education to navigate these things. You got to put your height and your weight, and if you're a bear or a twink or an otter, none of those are my favorite animal, so I never know what to put. I think it should all be fill in the blanks, frankly. Like if I had to describe my body type, it's mostly like haunted baby doll more than anything else. It's like weirdly defined facial features and hard plasticky hands, but like a soft midsection for squeezing. Usually found near like dumpsters or haunted mansions, but enough that like children are weirdly bothered by it, but no one else seems to be. I'm gonna get rebooted a bunch of times, but comes with a lot of cute outfits. Oh yeah, it's a Wonder Woman. Here we go, exclusive. We're ready. And especially because these apps now, it's a really great step. I enjoy the progress. You get to put your pronouns in there, but I never really know what to put because frankly, I'm still on my amateur nouns personally. We're not ready to go to pro. We're mostly using he, him, and his because the men's section at Kmart is closest to the frozen pizza. It's just convenient. I don't know enough about grammar. If you told me an adverb was a verb with a marketing degree from DeVry, I'd probably believe you. That just sounds right. It makes sense to me. I got 20 seconds left, so I'll leave you with this. With the onslaught of all these new vaccines, which is super exciting, I've gotten a lot of realizations in that 20-year-old Jake and current Jake have a lot in common, and in so much that we are both begging for shots that we are not old enough to get just yet, but God, do we want them. My name's been Jake Lazier. Thank you for the time.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Jake Lazier. So who is on the list next is not here, so we are going to bring up our next comedian. Goldberg has performed throughout the Northeast and on Zoom shows around the round. Featured on Amazon Prime in 2018 on the Turnpike Comedy Festival. Give it up for Goldberg.
Hey everyone, happy April Fool's Day. Yeah, and tomorrow's Good Friday, so that makes today above average Thursday. So happy above average Thursday, everyone. Listen, I know what you're saying. I hear this all the time. I get introduced and everyone says, that's not Goldberg. That's not Goldberg, the wrestler. No, no. This is what Goldberg the wrestler looks like after a year in the pandemic. This is it. They said flatten the curve. I thought they said fatten the curve. What the hell do I know? I haven't had a haircut in a year. Just crazy. Can you believe this has lasted that long? There is no way this virus was made in China. No way. Nothing in China made in China lasts this long. Nothing. Crazy. Everything is just nuts, you know. I walk into the T-Mobile store with my phone, and I said, my phone is broken. And they said, okay, sir, well, it's going to take 40 minutes to the 40-minute line, and because of COVID, you can't wait in the store. I said, okay, well, I'll wait outside, but how am I going to know when you need me? He says, we'll call you. I said, fine, can you fix my damn phone first? Nuts. And even like lions and gorillas are getting COVID. Did you hear this? So the CDC just put out an emergency declaration. Please stay 6 feet away from lions and gorillas. You don't want to get COVID. That's ridiculous. You know, it's just not. Sorry. I live in New Jersey, and they put smokers on the vaccine list. So I've been smoking a pack of Camel every day for 2 weeks to get my vaccine. I mean, what are we doing to ourselves? It's just nuts. You know, in the past, like you always want to be younger. I put myself 10 years older just to get the vaccine. You know, in the past, someone called you fat and you'd be upset. No, I'm not fat. Now it's like, no, I'm not fat. I'm morbidly obese. Give me the damn vaccine. Nuts. And the CDC said now you have to double mask. Did you hear this? You have to double mask. Uh-huh. I'm not surprised because I have always thought people were two-faced. I just nuts. I mean, it's really, and like everyone's an expert. I'm married to a doctor. Seriously, married to a doctor. I ask her all these questions about COVID. And you know what she says to me? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I said, what the hell good are you? The doctor doesn't know, but the barista at Starbucks has all the answers. And I don't even know what type of mask to wear. You know, you got the N95, you got the surgical, you got the cloth mask. I finally asked my doctor, I said, doctor, what type of mask should I wear? He said, wear a JETS mask. Because if you're wearing that, you're not catching a damn thing. Just crazy what's going on. It really is just, it's just nuts. And like essential workers, my neighbor is like a big shot. He's a nuclear physicist. Always talks about being a nuclear physicist. 2 days into the pandemic, I see him on the stoop. I said, Leon, what are you doing on the stoop? He said, well, I'm a non-essential worker. The nuclear physicist is non-essential, but the barista at Starbucks is essential? I mean, it's crazy. It's just nuts what's going on. But listen, everyone is so mean to everyone. I just want to tell you a kind story that happened to me the other day. I parked in the supermarket, parked all the way back. I walked up to through the parking lot. It was raining, it was sleeting, and I realized I forgot my mask. I forgot my mask. I'm sure this has happened to you. And I literally broke down in front of the supermarket. I started to cry. And this guy goes, what's the matter, man? I said, I forgot my mask. I don't want to walk in the rain and the snow to get my mask in the car. You know what this kind sir did? He took his own mask off his face and gave it to me to wear. Be like him. Thank you. Happy April Fool's
All right, you guys, give it up for Goldberg. Here's what I will say. I will get angry if I do not get my coffee, but I will not get angry if I don't get my nuclear power. So I see why the Starbucks guy is more efficient. All right, I am really excited for our next comedian. She is Winnipeg's darling comedy queen. Give it up for Skirt Browning.
Hi guys. So I don't always look like this, but I need you to like me real quick. So no, I am Skirt Browning, a drag queen from Canada, and I often look for, you know, figure skating inspired attire. And if you don't know the name reference, I'm named after my childhood hero, Canadian championship figure skater Kurt Browning. And actually, the last time that Stars on Ice came to our city, a Canadian Broadcasting Corporation crew followed me backstage in the dressing room so that I could meet him, which was really amazing. And my drag is already getting some national media attention. So, and like, who cares that it was radio, right? I mean, I sounded stunning. And when I introduced myself to my local hero here in Winnipeg, she said to me, I say, "Oh, hi, I'm Skirt Browning." She's like, "Don't worry, honey. I had the same problem once too. Nothing a little baking soda can't fix right up." Yeah, don't meet your idols. I did come up with a few other drag names along the way. See what you think. I really like Camilla Toe, Areola Grande, Lydia Majora. So options. And I can see some faces in the audience, and I know you're thinking like, hold on a second. And I know a lot of traditional drag queens bring out the glitz and glam, and I'm just one of the drag queens that brings a little more clit and clam. So yeah, a lot of people think that only men can be drag queens, and like, I mean, you're close, but in this case, no cigar. So when people ask me like, Skirt, how can you be a real drag queen? I simply explain to them that I'm one of the queens that uses this space down here to tuck someone else's penis. I mean, read my lips. I'm still a real drag queen, even though my only 9-inch body part that pops weird veins and sprouts pubic hair are my feet. All drag is valid. I have had a lot of help though. I do have some drag family, and my mother is a legend on the local scene. Her name is Vita Lamour de Cosmo, which makes me Skirt Browning de Cosmo. But because I'm a cheap queen, I like to pronounce it de Costco. She hates it. I also now call my biological mother, and she hates that. But I like to be frugal. You know, I can do drag on a dime. I've also been known to do drag on a rag. So, you know. But my drag mom has helped me out. She teaches me, you know, the little tips and tricks, and she's tutoring me on how to get a nice hourglass figure. You want some round lemons up top and a right pear shape on the bottom. All of these fruit metaphors that contrast to my real boobs that frankly sit more like samosas, but here we are. Anyway, what do I have? What do I want to end on?
15 seconds.
Is it just me? Or has anyone else here been chased through their neighborhood this week by a plastic Safeway bag? Just me? All right, fine, just me. Thanks so much. I'm Skirt Browning. Come up to Canada and see me. Bye.
All right, keep it going for Skirt Browning. Okay, so our next comedian is the one person I think should quit comedy. He's the reason I almost don't get out of bed in the morning. He's the man, the menace, the jerk, the asshole, the schmuck, the ingrate, the scumbag, the degenerate Philistine son of a bitch. Give it up for Josh Mandel.
Oh wow, that's damn near the nicest thing anyone said to me. I used to have seizures, which actually surprisingly gave me a new perspective on life. Yeah, it was really shaky, but it was definitely a new perspective. Yeah, And one time I actually I had a seizure on a plane, a flight to Israel, which was like so annoying because for the first 30 seconds, everyone thought I was just speaking Hebrew. It's hard to get medical attention when half the flight is doing the Hava Nagila. We're yelling Mazel Tov, and I was like, the glass broke for a whole different reason, dude. Yeah. It's also like I used to just like I only used to really have them when I was asleep. Like, do you know how annoying it is to be woken up just to have a seizure and then pass out 5 seconds later? The most annoying snooze button of all time. But people don't understand. Actually, the real snooze button is the most annoying snooze button of all time. Let's be real. That thing never feels. It's like trying to get hydrated from a water fountain. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. It's like you cannot be satisfied with the water coming out of a water fountain, no matter how much you drink. But yeah, a lot of people like don't. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you never had a seizure, you don't know what it's like. Here's what is kind of what it's like. It's like, you know, in that song "Moving Out," when Billy Joel says "heart attack," it's kind of like that, except it's not a heart attack. It's a seizure. I don't know why he said heart attack. Do you ever wonder who's buying pythons? Went to my friend's house and he opened the door and he had a python on him. And he said, "Dude, this is Jeff. Touch Jeff." And I said, "I would touch Jeff when Jeff is Boots." You don't need to convince people to touch your pet. But pythons aren't a normal pet, okay? Because when you lose a normal pet, it's something like, "Oh my gosh, I really hope my dog is okay." But when you lose a python, it's like, "Oh my gosh, I really hope my neighbor's dog is okay." I mean, dude, I'm losing sleep. This dude lives down the street from me, and not only did I have to come to the realization that I am friends with python owners, but I also had to come to the realization that I need to start learning how to play the flute. Be prepared for combat. I'm Jewish. I feel a lot of people show like, a lot of people are like angry that Jews kind of dominate the show business industry. But like, you can't be mad at people just for doing something that they're good at. Like, I'd be like being mad at black people for dominating the NFL. You know what I mean? If you want to get anywhere in that league, like, you have to get past the 311-pound guy named DeBrickashaw. But it's just, he's good, bro. He's good at football. What I'm trying to say is Jews have some talent in show business, you know, writing Christmas songs and whatnot. I'm about to get out of here. I just want to say, next time next time you think you're going to judge an alcoholic, just take a moment to remember that they're always 12 steps ahead of you. So thank you so much. I'm Josh Mandel.
All right, you guys. Normally I'd say keep it going for Josh Mandel until he made that judgy comment about my alcoholism. All right, we're going to do a final check for Haynes. All right, Haynes is not here. So Josh, you were our closer. Great set, brother. That is our comedy festival for April Fool's Day. Tom, we need to give it a really big round of applause for Tom, who has been marathoning the TB&J Comedy Festival today until he got the least professional replacement co-host to bail him out for the closer. So give it up for Tom, you guys.
Woo, 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 woo. Please also don't give it up for me, because that didn't happen. As the majority of people signed up for the first and last mic, and then people were willing to reschedule. So my 6-hour stream had a 3-hour break in the middle. But still, you know, this was really fun anyway. I'm going to give us a little outro now. That's it for today. We're going to stop streaming, but I want to give a big thank you you to all the comedians who performed tonight, and to you, our audience, for watching. If you enjoyed the show and want to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size at district-comedy.live. I'm not desperate or crying. At least a share, like just a share, please. Have some more. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. And for the comedians, it's already pretty late, but we do have a tradition here on the TB&J mic of keeping the room open for 15 to 30 minutes after the show for some green room time. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to.